My heart is so cold, my energy is contagious. All the pain, I can't take it. I'm staying grounded and graceful, cause I know everything that I've been through only made me count my blessings daily. Yeah, they've been acting shady, but I don't take it personal. The memory's fading, I'm enjoying the moment. I've been smelling the roses, taking time to reflect, stepping back, the truth unfolding, unfolding. Got nothing to prove, cause I'm about to blow. I've been in the booth, speaking to my soul. You know that I'm true, either way it go, either way it goes. I cannot turn cold, staying on the low. I've been protecting my soul. If your intentions are not pure, I can't let you get too close, cause I'm vibrating high. Ain't got time for your ego, these niggas quit to turn their back. Acting like the amigos, he never cared in the shows. Wasn't with you at your lows, assuming that you gonna fold. But baby, I've been growing ever since I let you go. And I've been doing better, and I know that hurts to know. Hurts to know. Only good vibes around me, and that's for sure. Only good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes. Can't lie. Only good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. You see me searching for my inner peace. I've been learning more about myself and my purpose. Truth always come to the surface. Was hurting, but I had to heal. Releasing all the pain that I always held. Been going through some changes, I'll make it still. Protecting my soul.
being heard. Looks like that's working out. Welcome in, everyone. So we got Matthew Greco. Welcome in. Donnie, Pam, True Justice, Rebecca Ann, Duck and Felonies. What's up? Swade Smith, GWL, Four Pitts, Tracy Fleetwood. What's up? What's up, everyone? Ladies and gentlemen. So as you come in, hit the like and hit the StreamYard link right here down below. If you're on the replay, sorry you can't join the panel, but if you're on the replay, you can leave a comment below. Welcome in, Sandy. So welcome in, everyone. Nancy Drew 101. What's up, Nancy Drew? Yeah, welcome in, Bill. Friday, right? Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Lisa, what's up? Welcome to Friday. It's pretty late, but tell you what, I was screeching tires, turning the corner, trying to get here. I mean, it never works out for me. Trying to get here is the hardest thing in the world. But welcome, everyone. Wow, did you guys see the news about the horrible plane crash in Brazil? Let's see if we can get started with a little bit of that while you decide to get off your ass and join the panel here. Let's see, how do I do this? Hey, what's up, Kayla? All right, let's see. As you can see, I have some YouTube open now. I'm not going to share the sign with you, or the sound, to avoid my copyright strikes. So we won't have any sound, but I want you to look at some of this if you haven't already seen it.
Modern look. Think absorbent.
Mute that.
Modern look.
Okay. Let's skip that. All right. So look at this. Free fall. I've never seen that before in that way. Horrible. Look at it. Is no one seeing that? Did I mess up? All right, I see. I see what I did wrong. Oh, man. Wow, that's strange, huh? Wow. I've never seen that happen. Yeah, I know you don't see it. It went black screen on me. Wow. Let's try again. See if this works. Still black? Wow. Try again. All right, one more time. All right, here we go. Just check it out. I'm turning the sound off, but look at that. Just falls right out of the sky. Look at it. Just falls right on out. And look at this. Look what's left of it. You know, that's what you got left. Crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Usually you'll see them, there's some sort of a glide, they'll glide. But that one was in like a flat spin, just spun on, dropped right out of the sky. Let's see. Like a brick. Yeah, look at that. Oh, horrible. Let's see. I mean, show that again. Just nothing left. Pretty amazing too. Look at, there's a house here, houses here, and it fell into a vacant lot, it looks like. Yeah, Bill. Okay, let's get out of here. Yeah, Bill said helicopters can come down like that, but I've never seen a plane. Me either. Me either. Jennifer says, welcome in Jennifer and Digital and Frenchie6290, Hiawatha, Rebecca Ann. Welcome in Fur Baby Daddy. There was probably somebody important in it. The Clintons didn't want around anymore. It's crazy. Deep State doesn't care about innocent people. It was a full-size airliner, it looks like. I mean, anyway, that's your news. Wow. All right. All right. Let's back out of here. All right. So See the fire burning there? Okay, let's see what else we got here. Karen Reed. Defense pushes for charges to be dismissed. Look at these people. Look here. Look at how many people are out there. Karen Reed. Yeah, nothing but doom and gloom on the news front. All right, so what else we got? Yeah, what was I going to talk about? Richard Allen. What's the frequency, Kenneth? Oh, you got me. You got me there. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Is it a fact that he put his name as Richard Allen Whitman with Doolin? Well, I don't know. Since we have no records of anything, what are we supposed to believe? What are we supposed to believe about any of this? I mean, it gets really difficult to discuss that entire thing because the excuses are manifest with the shilling crowd, but I don't know. You start to talk about how much law enforcement basically messed up this case against Richard Allen. Now, whether it was intentional or unintentional, I guess it depends on who you ask, but you start to think about how much more could they have messed up? You know, how much more? If it was all mistakes, if it was all mistakes, a little intentional and a little negligence. I would say the slightest bit of negligence, but a whole lot of intention is what I would say. I mean, Skip has a good point. Skip has a good point in talking about Daniel Pearson as a witness. And I don't see why there has been so much bullshitting with this case. So much bullshitting with the case. I mean, who did Daniel Pearson see? What did he see? Was he a witness? Is he a witness? Yeah, that's the way I interpret that statement, Tammy. That's the way I interpret the thing is Richard Allen on Whiteman, from Whiteman. I mean, Dan Doolin, if he's the one who took it, recorded every interaction except the one with Richard Allen. And what are the odds? Welcome in, Tammy, by the way, and Iva Pappas and Art Irwin. The Weber son does look like he could be BG. There are also two Daniel Pearsons. Yes. There are almost two of everybody. There are a lot of two of everybody. It's just the most odd thing. Yeah, but you say, okay, you have Betsy Blair, Sarah Carbo, Daniel Pearson. Let me see if I can pull something up. Let's see. Where is that? Take me a moment to get it. So let's just go back to making sure I know what's going on here in the chat. Let's see. Hey, Diamond Eyes. What's up, Diamond Eyes? Okay, so says he recorded his as well, but can't find it. It is like a bad David Lynch movie, or a good one. It's like a good David Lynch. Have you ever seen what's the one that I like? Mulholland Drive. Has anyone ever seen Mulholland Drive? It's like Mulholland Drive, you know. Yeah, that's what it's like. Hey, diverticulitis. Ouch. Yeah, well, that sucks. I know what it's like. Nothing is real. Wah, wah, wah. Nothing is real. This case is like a puzzle I used to spend summers putting together, and my damn sister lost half the pieces. Oh, or it's like a choose your own adventure book. It's like you get to any aspect of the case, and you just choose from 15 coincidences, and then you just go with it. That's what it's like. Yeah, you've seen Mulholland Drive. Um, so let's see if I can get this together. I'm kind of slow tonight. I told you I barely got here in time. Let's see. I mean, I want to put this on the screen. Let's see. Oh, it's going to take me forever because I'm not prepared. Let's see. Here we go. I have it. Let's see now. How do I handle it? Let's see. Oh man. Okay. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Hopefully. Hopefully you think so. I'm not making you agree with me. I'm not a bad guy like the people say. It's not true what they say, okay? I am fascinated by this right here. So let's pull it up. Let's see. While we're here, has Alan's image ever been put next to BG? Yes, and for me, he looks nothing like it. He looks nothing like it, the BG. Choose your own adventure detective agency. Yeah. Speaking of weird shit, have you ever seen that? It's sort of a bad. It's one of these terrible movies. Kind of a terrible sci-fi, but it's called The Cube, or it's called Cube. Have you ever seen the sci-fi movie called Cube? It's kind of like what you're saying. Uh, where is it? Where's it? I was looking for it. Cube is sort of like this escape room you're mentioning here. Delphi Murders is like a cube. All right, so let me pull this up. Yeah, the cube or cube. It's very strange, and it's sort of like you feel navigating cube. Yeah, cube. All right, so let me get off my. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna present this list. It takes a moment here because I'm not prepared. This is all on the fly. It's a Friday show. It's a Friday show. We're supposed to have guests and be happy and laughing. Okay, let's see. Well, what happened? Okay, try it again. It didn't work out for some reason. Oh, I see. It's in the wrong spot. All right, let's get it. Okay, hopefully we're back. Hopefully we are back. Crazy. All right, so I was trying to pull this list up. Let me know if you hear me okay. Testing. All right, so yeah, I find this list very interesting. Kathy Allen, Betsy Blair, Stephen Buckley, Sarah Carbo, Matthew Clemens, Jeremy Clinton, Dan Doolin, Josh Edwards, Jay Harper, William Coffers, Melissa Oberg, AJ Smith, AS, Bree Wilbur, Rayleigh Voorhees, Terry Wilson. It's funny because half the names on this list, I don't know what they would be testifying to or witnessing. But speaking of disappearing, right? So we've got the entire first week of interviews disappeared. "70 days of investigation." We've got no family phone data. Interesting you mentioned this because I was going to mention this. We've got no Cheyenne, no Cheryl, no McCain or Pearson. Where is John Weaver? I mean, you know what it looks like is it's been fabricated. Yeah, where's Pat Brown? Who found the girls? Who found the girls? Aren't they going to be witnesses? Who was with the girls between the time they were first discovered and the time law enforcement showed up? How much time elapsed? Okay, question. Who was the first person to find the girls? Who were they with? How much time elapsed between the time that that first person found the girls and law enforcement took control of the scene? How much time elapsed? David Erskine, Pat Brown, Jake Johns. Who found the girls? Why has the story changed? Where's J. Kyle Keener exactly? Why did Keegan Kline say that his father was there and he waited in the car in the cemetery? But how much time elapsed? Okay. I have a guy here, John Weaver, says the girls were found in the water. Erskine, Keener, Pat Brown, Jake Johns. Uh, it's very interesting that it appears that the witnesses are hand selected to create a certain narrative that will make a story that they want to create. Where's Daniel Pearson on this list? We know Sarah Carbo didn't see anyone dressed like Bridge Guy, and she didn't see anyone bloody. Betsy Blair saw someone who looked exactly like the younger guy sketch. How on earth is it that Betsy Blair and Sarah Carbo both saw the same person? Yo, Yoder, Capitano. What's up, Bobby Smith? I'm here. All these people there, but none heard screams of kids being killed. Well, someone did hear screams in the 2 a.m. hour. Yes, oddly, Richard Allen gifted funeral photos. And when the Patties were first asked, "Do you know this guy?" the answer was no. Then it changed to, "Oh, I guess we did. I guess we did. I guess he gave us free photos." You're telling me in a town as small as this town, I mean, I lived in a town of hundreds of thousands of people. And I still remember the people's faces and names who worked at my local Walgreens. But I'm not buying this list. I'm not buying this list. I mean, look at it. Okay, for instance, what is Wesley McWhirter going to testify as witnessing? Wesley McWhirter, Melissa Oberg. What did Terry Wilson see? Also, they can't put Stephanie Thompson, Greg Ferenczi, or the marathon station clerk Amber Nate Miller on the list, or Kat Cole. Because Jerome Weiss shot her. It's all odd. It's also odd, and they want. I mean, I had this. I can't really remember how I was going to say it, but I sort of like I had this revelation earlier today. That they are going to build a story using these people that has nothing to do with reality, but has everything to do with the story they want to tell about Richard Allen. But this list is where's where's Erica Gibson? Where's Erica Gibson on this list? Where's Kyla Bromett? Kyla Bromett. Where's Kyla Bromett? Where's Kyle Smith, Michaela Babcock? Exactly. Erica Gibson. Kayla Bromett. I can't even remember. Someone help me out here. Bromett. Kyra Bromett. Kyla. Yeah, Kyle Smith, Michaela Babcock, Erica Gibson, Bromit. Hey, what's up? It's a God thing. What are you saying? Going to catch the replay. I'm at work, just dropping in to say hello. Hello. Hey, Carol. Hey, what's up, Carol? Kyra or Kyla? Kyra Bromit? I can't even, I mean, how many names do we have to remember? But where are all these people? Yeah. You see Bree Wilbur. That's the BW. Rayleigh Voorhees. That's RV. Who is AS? Who is AS? AS. Yeah, where are all the kids? That's what I mean. Like, where are all the kids? Elvis Fields is the break in the case. 100% believe that knowledge that no one else knew because nothing had been released at all, but he knew. That's why they don't want him to tell them in court. Speaking of that, how many confessions? Okay, how many so-called confessions? Since everyone wants to discuss confessions, so we have Elvis Fields. Who else has made confessions that contained things only someone who was there would know? AS. Where's Max Snowberger? Because I guarantee you, Max has something to say about this. I know there are things that I know that I have not said, so maybe you don't know. Max should be on this list. AS is Anthony Shots. Yeah. Yeah, but for real, where is Michaela? Where is Cheyenne? Where is Erica Gibson? Logan Maxwell walking out dressed in black. Yeah, speaking of that, do you recall the person dressed in black described in the PCA? Hey, another thing. Because the idiots love talking about box cutters this past week. I mean to be doing a nice Friday show talking about the week in review and other funny things, but this is not funny. Okay, the idiots talking about box cutters. Here's a question for you. Did you see anything about box cutters in the Ron Logan search warrant affidavit by Nicole Robertson? Anything about a razor blade or box cutters? No? Oh, I didn't think so. How about Richard Allen's house? How many box cutters did Richard Allen have at his house that were left at his house when they exercised the search warrant? Okay. Richard Allen owned box cutters. They were at his house when the search was performed and it was finalized. Guess what was left at his house? The box cutters. Did you see box cutters or razor blades on Ron Logan's search warrant application? No box cutters. Box cutters don't fucking matter. That's what that all tells you. Box cutters don't matter. Razor blades don't matter. If razor blades or box cutters mattered, they would have looked for them at Ron's. They would have taken them from Rick's. Even a serrated or broken razor is still a razor. A serrated razor is still a razor blade. We're not looking for a freaking razor blade. Take a look at the crime scene photos. That's all you have to do. Your own eyes will tell you that's not a razor. Do you know how hard it would be to nearly decapitate someone with a box cutter? They didn't want it from Ron's. They didn't take it from Rick's. It doesn't matter. It's a bullshit talking point by the idiots. I think you should be looking for a large knife with a serrated edge, at least on part of it. Now, we got something real special coming up for you. Real special. And it's relevant. It's relevant. Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because it's relevant in the same way that this statement is relevant, or this question. What's up, Redneckzilla? Jeff? Jeff with two F's. What's up? Welcome in. It's going good. It's going good. I'm drinking a little chai tea and talking with my people here in the chat. So what's a murderer got to do to get the victim's families, law enforcement, prosecutor, judge to look the other way and fumble? Like I said, this whole thing is a choose your own adventure. It's interesting. It's very interesting because you have this list, which is laughable. It's like, what is this list? This list right here is unbelievable. Okay. Soon we're going to see the defense's list. But you know, that will also be dependent upon what this judge rules for this case. What is she going to do? Where are all the young folks? Where's Daniel Pearson? It looks more and more to me like this is an attempt to build a desired narrative to accomplish certain ends regarding Richard Allen. That's what it looks like. Back to confessions. There's been several confessions, haven't there? Not just Richard Allen. There are several individuals who have made confessions and statements implicating themselves. Yeah, it's all propaganda because it's all PR. That's sort of the bottom line I'm getting at. This entire thing, from the YouTubers to the way law enforcement has leaked to the podcasters, or at least allegedly. Okay, the podcasters, the YouTubers, are getting information directly from law enforcement. It's PR. Just like this list. What do you think this list is going, what kind of narrative is this list going to spin? I would encourage you to go and read the letter. Okay. I'll just read an excerpt here, but I put the letter on the community page. The Robert Baston letter. Listen to this paragraph here. I mean, in case anyone missed it, I feel obligated. Okay. The corrupt Westville Correctional Facility warden, John Gallipo, does not allow the Christian Amish church group called Christmas Behind Bars to pass out Christmas snacks to inmates, or sacks, because Warden John Gallipo is the leader here of a pagan white nationalist group called Odin. The corrupt staff and officers here at Westville Correctional Facility and at other Indiana Department of Correctional Facilities wear Odin and Punisher patches on their uniforms and stab vests. The corrupt staff and officers that wear the Punisher patches is a group of good old boys that assault, torture, abuse, and mistreat inmates. I submitted a IDOC grievance to the IDOC Office of Investigations and Intelligence concerning the Odin and Punisher patches, but the grievance never got processed due to corruption. Oh, but what happened? Baldwin and Rozzi talked to Jerry Holman. He gets wind of the fact that they're on to the Odin shit. Patches disappear within a week. Again, just in case I didn't emphasize it enough, the corrupt Westville Correctional Facility Gallipo is the leader, Warden Gallipo is the leader here of a pagan white nationalist group called Odins. He is lying, but all the inmates and corrections officers who heard confessions are 100% telling the truth. Yeah, the same ones that were telling him they're going to kill him and kill his wife and kill his family. Is my wife alive? Is my wife okay? Is my family alive? Is my family okay? Did you forget those statements? Again, Warden Gallipo is the leader here of a pagan white nationalist group called Odin. I used to be in a cell just above Defendant Allen, and as soon as I started voicing my opinion and advocating the abuse, mistreatment, and inhumane conditions of Richard Allen, myself, and other inmates back in April 2023, and recording times and dates of incidents, the corrupt Westville Correctional Facility Warden John Gallipo, Custody Supervisor Chad Cornett, Westville Restrictive Housing Unit Captain Gary Lewis, and Manager Mrs. Tracy Cornett retaliated on me approximately April 29th, 2023, and had me moved from APOD away from Defendant Richard Allen. Then on May 4th, 2023, a corrupt Lieutenant Larry Crinden places me on strip cell status and has corrupt Sergeant Robinson, Officer Garou, and Officer Pleasant remove all of my property from my cell so I couldn't write or record dates and times of incidents, and went through my property to destroy any incriminating dates and times that I had recorded. There needs to be a disbanding of the corrupt IDOC Office and Investigations and Intelligence and state and federal investigations into the corruption going on and the inhumane conditions, human and civil rights violations due to constant staff and officer shortages going on in all IDOC facilities that is creating unsafe and dangerous prison conditions. When I was in a cell just above Defendant Richard Allen, I witnessed officers taunting him, calling him a baby killer, kid killer, and deliberately slamming the shower door next to Richard Allen's cell to either wake him up or just to annoy Richard Allen. I also witnessed other abuse and mistreatment to Richard Allen. There were dozens of lawsuits on staff and officers at Westville Restrictive Housing Unit in the U.S. Northern District Court of Indiana that clearly saw a pattern of assault, torture, abuse, and mistreatment of inmates by corrupt staff and officers. The Indiana Department of Corrections seems to put their corrupt staff and officers in their restrictive housing units that assault, torture, abuse, and mistreat inmates. You don't say. Well, let's take a look at something here. March 9th, 2023. Prison warden fined for lawbreaking. The man in charge of the prison at Westville has been fined for misuse of state property. A report from the Indiana Inspector General found Warden John Gallipo broke state law in several ways in his use of the prison warden's residence. He was fined over $2,700 under a settlement agreement and remains the warden. According to the report, Gallipo periodically allowed his wife and other family members to reside at the warden's residence for several months at various times of 2021. Under Indiana state law, state-owned residences and Department of Correction property are allowed to be occupied strictly by staff if necessary to promote security and maintenance of a facility. Gallipo was also 2 years late in signing the lease for the residence and never had rent deducted from his salary as required. Pardon me. All right. May 5th, 2023, approximately 7 a.m., I was placed in full trip gear restraints with handcuffs, black box, belly chain, and leg shackles on. Doesn't that sound just like Richard Allen? On security camera, and corrupt Sergeant Brandon Williams and officers removed me from the holding cell to escort me back to my assigned cell. And Sergeant Brandon Williams orders one of his corrupt officers to run my mattress and bedding through the urine on the floor of the cell since I was left in the cell overnight with no running water or toilet. Then corrupt Sergeant Brandon Williams, who has a lawsuit on him in the U.S. Northern District of Indiana for assaulting an inmate and denying the inmate medical treatment for his injuries, can be seen on security cameras slamming me to the floor in full trip gear restraints, and violently twisting on my foot and ankle until they break, and then intimidating the nurse not to treat my injuries of a broken foot and ankle and stab wound to my elbow, all to the bone that was bleeding badly from an ink pen sticking out of Sergeant Brandon Williams' stab vest, and I then was taken back to my cell. Then at approximately 10:45 a.m., corrupt Sergeant Brandon Williams returns to my cell, and with no verbal command to come to cell door and no video camera recording, Sergeant Brandon Williams opens the handcuff port door in the cell door and sprays me with OC pepper spray while I was laying in bed suffering from my injuries earlier that morning. The corrupt Sergeant Brandon Williams leaves me in my cell for approximately asphyxiating for air for approximately 10 minutes before removing me from the cell. Sergeant Brandon Williams, former officer and now Sergeant Motts, Officer Clemens, and unknown officer take me out of view of security cameras in the hallway, and Officer Quentin Davis tells Sergeant Brandon Williams to hold me up while Officer Quentin Davis violently punches me in the ribs and stomach, breaking my ribs, and former officer and now Sergeant Motts kneed me in the face while corrupt Westville Correctional Facility Warden John Gallipo, mental health doctor Monica Walla, and Miss Bourne watched the beatdown. Note, Officer Quentin Davis also has a federal lawsuit on him for assaulting an inmate and denying medical treatment for his injuries. I was taken to Westville Restrictive Housing OC unit receiving area to be decontaminated from the OC pepper spray, and then taken to the nurse's station to have my vital signs checked. And again, the nurse was intimidating, but saw my injuries. In May of 23, right after the excessive use of force assault with bodily injury, attorney Brad Rossi, the attorney for Richard Allen, requested an interview with me concerning the poor treatment of Richard Allen and inmates at Westville Restrictive Housing Unit, and inhumane and human rights and civil rights violations going on And someone at either Indiana DOC Central Office or Westville Correctional Facility, Warden John Gallipo, denied that interview because they did not want attorney Brad Rossi to see and record my injuries that they were trying to cover up. I remained in the cell for over a month, suffering from my injuries before I received medical treatment. After being taken off strip cell and receiving my property back, and contacting the state of Indiana Governor's Office of Ombudsman Bureau, who contacted the IDOC Office of Investigation and Intelligence, who then got me medical treatment for only my broken foot and ankle, where x-rays confirmed they were broken. But the asshole said, don't listen to him because he's a felon. Don't listen to him because he's in prison. So nothing he says has any meaning whatsoever, even if it's true. Don't listen to him. What you're referring to is Christmas behind bars when they pass out bags of stuff. Yes. I got a friend who has been in and out of the Indiana correction system for years. Maybe I should contact him. You should. You should. You should contact me too. Let's all talk. Let's all talk, redneck. Jeff with 2 Fs. Look, Westville is the #1 worst prison in the state. Wabash #2. I wouldn't believe anyone there because you don't you know they're all innocent. Westville killings are irregular occurrences. So they beat the shit out of the guy, sprayed him with bear spray, broke his ribs, his foot, his ankle. He got stabbed with an ink pen in the scuffle, kneed in the face, and Monica Wallow sat and watched it all. In between her Facebook and YouTube entertainment adventures regarding the Delphi murders case, she was able to witness that and not say a thing about it. My ex was in Westville 02 to 04 and has a crazy white boy tat and others. He's told me some stuff. Well, you know, according to the assholes, no one ever gets killed in prison. No one ever gets hurt in prison. Cops never do anything wrong. They especially never rape or kill or commit crimes whatsoever or lie. Neither do prosecutors. Anyway, they want to gaslight everyone into believing a story that doesn't make sense. It's the cube. It's the cube. I should interview Swade Smith. Yeah, I'd love to interview Swade. And you, and your friend. I don't know if you guys see the StreamYard link there. Anyone's welcome anytime, okay? I love talking. The point of this show is talking with you. That's why I don't like to sit here and talk by myself. I don't like to talk to myself too much. I'd rather discuss, but I mean, you see, we have a witness list that doesn't make much sense. We have a whole bunch left off of the list. We have a whole series of Frank's motions that have been ignored. We have an entire investigation by Todd Click, Greg Ferenczi, and Murphy that's being ignored. The prosecutor wants to keep all mention of Keegan Klein, Tony Klein, and the entire Franks and the entire Todd Click Rushville investigation out of it. You have Westfall and Holder blaming each other, pointing the finger at each other, but that's not supposed to mean anything either. I mean, am I smoking crack here? Am I the one who's the crazy person? I'm the crazy person. The crazy person because I see what actually is. I haven't even mentioned the fact that you've got an entire contingent of people pushing the narrative and abusing, stalking, and harassing those of us online who speak up for the actual reality of what's going on here. Yes, I mean, they come into they interfere in your real life. They threaten to kill you. They try to take you off of your social media and make you go away. And they dox, harass, stalk, intimidate, slander, collude behind the scenes and think you don't know. Oh, Snay. I do like Snay. I mean, in terms of Snay has apologized to me for the things that he did that were not fair. All I ever expect of anyone is a sincere apology. And that's how you move forward. So, in that way, why would I not? Two separate abductions, two rival drug gangs. Vinlanders moved the bodies. Mike Patty came back to the scene and staged the scene to set them up. That is one theory. Fed agents embedded with the Vinlanders. So is this something like Hell's Angels versus Outlaws? Where are the allegiances here? Where are the allegiances in these rivals? Because I will not stop saying that I still believe this is over meth. Why? Because my best source convinced me. We're talking about a battle over meth and two girls end up dead. Speaking of allegiances to money, I saw that Little Joe posted something. This is the most absolute despicable fucking grift you've ever seen in your life. And I just cannot not mention it. So let's go ahead and mention it. Because it never ceases to amaze me. Now you may have seen that there was a motorcycle ride earlier this year to grift off of the names of Abby and Libby. We know that there's a ballpark which makes money off of Abby and Libby. There's a golf tournament grifting off of Abby and Libby. And now we have Delphi Depot, also known as Healthy's Delphi, making the following post. We are preparing for the 1-month trial set for October. We once again need your help. Thank you for your overwhelming support for these families. We have decided to only accept monetary donations this time. Accepting food donations proved challenging in May when the trial date changed, as most snacks were set to expire before the next scheduled court date. We have been authorized by the families who run the ballpark, who run the golf tournament, who run the motorcycle rides, to collect and support them in this fashion. Monetary donations will be used to purchase food and snacks to feed the family and law enforcement during trial. The money left over will be donated to the Abby and Libby Park. Are you not sick of seeing that shit? How many more motorcycle rides do you want to see? How many more golf tournaments, fundraisers do you want to see? There's more that meets the eye. One man couldn't have done this crime to 2 young girls. One would have, in my opinion, gotten away. What's up, Crystal Blue? Welcome in. Welcome in. You have to go to CVS to get ingredients to make meth. CVS is the only pharmacy around. Alan may have upset a Smurf. Amazing point. I have speculated that before. Yeah, welcome to the 50th anniversary fundraiser motorcycle ride. $155 per rider. Anyway, I wanted to chime in on that. I was extremely disgusted by yet another beg. Anyway, I think I'm about done. Unless we get someone up here to join me. Anyone wants to join, I would be glad to have you. Otherwise, I'll probably wind it on down here. I just don't believe that. Let me put it this way. I will never get around this fact. Okay, so that's where I can say, yes, I'm stuck on something, and this is what I'm stuck on. And I'll put it this way: even if Richard Allen is involved, there has to be someone else. Richard Allen, if he is involved, could not do this alone. Would not do this alone. It's illogical. The whole running down the hill, running across the creek, chasing across the creek, catching a girl, killing a girl, catching another girl, killing a girl. It never happened. There's no way. Now, you add one or more. Yeah, I feel like you add one or more. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it could happen. But you got to add one or more. There ain't no way it happened the way they want you to think. And I think that's the purpose of this. See, when we look at this, the purpose of this is to make you believe what Gray Hughes has fantasized. Okay, Gray Hughes has fantasized, along with sleuth intuition, that they have fantasized that Richard Allen is walking nonchalantly and at the spur of the moment has a bizarre sexual fantasy and decides he wants Abby and Libby. They decide that Richard Allen is the guy on the bridge in a video that doesn't look like a video, that has clear evidence of photoshopping, that we doubt even has anything to do with reality in the way that it looks. Just like the solo photo of Abby on the bridge doesn't seem to have anything to do with reality. If it did, wouldn't you expect to see Erica Gibson on this list, along with Kyle Smith? Wouldn't you see some sort of subpoenas to Snapchat? Wouldn't you expect to have discovery from Snapchat? I mean, I would expect to see discovery from Snapchat. Is there discovery from Snapchat? Or is this what you got right here? And a bullet. Because it doesn't make sense. So Gray Hughes and Sleuth Intuition's fantasy that Richard Allen is this guy and he's walking on the bridge, he sees the two girls and decides he wants them. So he approaches them, says, "Guys down the hill," while brandishing a weapon. They run down the hill, which if you've ever taken the time to really research or even go there, you'll see that you're going to fall several times. Between the south end of that bridge and the creek, there ain't no way you're not falling. So allegedly, all three of these people have to not fall in a situation in which you're all three going to fall. Okay, then all three of you have to not fall twice without anyone else hearing or seeing. Then you all have to run through a creek, which is at one of its higher stages and very frigid. Then after making it through the creek, you got to get up the other bank, which would be wet because the water had been higher than the stage it was at the time they would have allegedly crossed. So they would have had to climb up a muddy bank that had just been a foot underwater and is steep. He would have had to caught one of the girls at least almost immediately in the creek or on the bank. The other girl would have had to decide not to go anywhere. Then the other girl would have had to sat, according to this narrative that Gray Hughes and Sleuth Intuition want you to believe. He would have had to butcher the one girl, while the other girl just watches and does nothing. Then he would have had to chase down the second girl and then assault her and end her life. Then he would have had to have decided that he's not going to just leave them there and get the hell out of there and run. He would have had to decided that he's going to relax, move the bodies and put them in these peculiar positions which just coincidentally mimic two tarot cards. He would have then had to retrieve a bunch of sticks and a limb as big as a tree, a small tree, He'd have to retrieve all this wood, place the wood into formations that appear to be runic or imitations of runic symbology. And after having taken all of that time, did I forget to mention disrobing both girls and then re-robing one of the girls? I forgot to mention that part. And after doing all of that, then he would have decided, well, hey, I guess it's time for me to get out of here. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I forgot to mention the derobing and then re-robing. That's the then he would have had to get out of there without being seen, without being filmed, and without his wife knowing when he gets home. But that's the story that these witnesses here are supposed to put together for you. Now, which is easier to believe? That crazy story that these people are going to try to tell you? Or is it easier to believe that you possibly got a bunch of people lying and covering each other's asses, a few of whom were involved, and everyone who has something to lose? Remember, the Todd Click report was not put together by a couple YouTubers. Let's remember that. Did I have Apophis and Prof put together the Todd Click report? Did we perform the Rushville investigation out of our own deranged fantasies? No. Basically, you have three very well respected, seasoned investigators: Click, Ferenczi, and Murphy. They put information together, which still may be partial, okay? My opinion, their information is possibly just a gleaning of the truth. What are you saying, Prof? Well, that would mean that the Frank's memorandum, the Click Odinist report, whatever you want to call it, it's just a gleaning of the truth. It's not the entire truth. It's the tip of an iceberg. So, okay, maybe they only found information on Holder, Westfall, Elvis Fields, and what's the other guy? Ned Smith. Maybe they only caught wind of a portion or glimmering of what happened. But you cannot change the fact that Holder is blaming Westfall. Westfall is blaming Holder. Robert Baston says, what is it? What did he say again? Because, we don't want to mess up. Robert Baston says, Warden Gallipo is the leader of a pagan white nationalist group called Odin. And the corrupt folks wear Odin and Punisher patches. Do you think that this Robert Baston, do you think that he read the Franks Memorandum? Where do you think he's getting that information from? You think he read the Franks memo and said, oh, I'm going to write a letter to the judge? Is that really what you think happened? No DNA. Yeah, so they want you to think that Richard Allen did all of that and managed to not leave a single drop of blood, a single drop of spittle, a single hair, a single fingerprint. I don't see why it's so illogical to just consider the obvious. Not only that, let me bring this back up because I put this up last time. I mean, you would not believe the shit that I see on Facebook in these Facebook groups. So they want you to believe that this. All right, you guys want to laugh? You guys really want to have a guttural laugh? I wonder if I can pull it up to show you. Well, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I don't want to take the time to find it, but oh my God. Okay, so they really want you to believe that this you're seeing here, okay, this right here, they want you to believe that Libby touched the tree and that's what happened. I mean, I can't. I don't want to find it, but you wouldn't have believed. I mean, it might be worth me finding just here. Let's see. I cannot believe the shit they want you to believe here. I mean, honestly, if you want to have the most hilarious day every day, just join all the Facebook groups and watch them. Because these people on Facebook are absolute fucking lunatics. Absolute fucking lunatics. I can't find it at the moment, but I will do something in a moment. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the victim here, but just to consider, they they actually expect you to believe, and this is the state's blood witness. Okay, this is the state's witness. So this is the expert who wants you to believe that the victim Libby touched the tree and this happened. It's a handprint. I mean, I've said it before and I will repeat myself. Right angles. You erase that idea with look, it's right angles. Right angles. Straight lines, right angles. And oddly enough, it's the exact sort of dimension of a finger. Maybe a gloved finger. If there's no fingerprint, okay, if there's no fingerprinting, then perhaps it was a glove. Maybe that's why there's no DNA. Was everyone wearing gloves? I mean, what kind of inside out world are we living in? For real. But really, I mean, so you see shit like this in Facebook. I really hope Richard Allen eats poop for the rest of his life. That's your Facebook world. Then you got the constant shilling for all of these assholes, right? So if you go, you'll see every live stream or video that's posted by the group members, it's always for the assholes. Or they'll do this one. They'll do this cold-blooded killer. See? Cold-blooded killer. Like that. Cold-blooded killer. A lot of value there. Oh, then there's the sharing. Okay, but I gotta like I gotta. Okay, then there's the sharing of the fundraiser for the families and snacks. The fundraiser for the snacks for the families. Yeah, I mean that's your that's the quality of content on Facebook in the Facebook groups. I'll stop. Okay, I won't even go any further. Oh yeah. So that's all I got for you guys. But all the important questions are never answered. Like I said, who found the girls? How much time elapsed between the time the very first person found the girls and the law enforcement took control of the scene? What happened to the sticks? Where are the sticks? Where were the sticks? Were the sticks processed? How was a bullet left behind? How do you even leave anything behind if you thoroughly process the scene? I don't care if it's indoors or outdoors. Where's the photography of the evidence collection? Where are the evidence markers um, showing the bullet and showing the bullet being found and extracted and cleaned? Um, where's the photography of the bullet? Uh, Makes me wonder, what else was left? What else was found? What is there a yellow rope? Remember the yellow rope? Is there a yellow rope? Was there anything else at the scene that we don't know about yet? Were there teddy bears? Was there a cross from the cemetery? Is there a video of the girls being injured or something to that effect? Remember the rumors from over the years, all the rumors. Where's all the family's cell phone dumps? Where are all the witnesses' cell phone dumps? Why does the prosecution want the geofencing thrown out? Have you guys heard the latest fantasy they want you to believe about the phone turning off and turning back on at 4:30 a.m.? So now the fantasy is that the phone just couldn't connect and all of a sudden it connected. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. There's always some fucking excuse these people are coming up with. But it's the most basic uh, thing they're never willing to consider. Like, who turned the phone off? Was the phone pinging all over town? How was it pinging all over town if it was off? Who turned the phone back on? How did Elvis know anything about that crime scene? Why were there so many people employed at Packers involved in this? Why are there so many people employed at Subaru and Chrysler? How does the phone end up where it was? And what kind of idiot would have left a phone with his own image on it? Clearly, clearly whoever left that body there knew that there was a phone under the body. I mean, can we do some deduction? Okay. Don't you think that the person who left the body there knew that there was a phone under the body? Okay, can we agree to that? That the person who left the body there knew there was a phone under it? Okay, that's our first starting point. So it follows that the person knew there was a phone that they left under that body. The next question would be, wouldn't they want to know what's on that phone before they leave it there under the body? So perhaps they would take a look at the phone and see if there's anything in the photos, see if there's any phone calls that they want to delete, see if anything is in that phone. Why leave the phone? Wouldn't it be easier just to say, fuck this phone? It's a risk I can't take. So you take the phone and go destroy it. You pull a Hillary Clinton, let's say. You take the phone, you get a hammer, and you break the phone into a million pieces. But instead, oh yeah, or perhaps even throwing it in the creek because an iPhone will get water damage very easily. No, but instead, this person, Richard Allen, takes a phone with an image of Richard Allen on it and a voice recording of Richard Allen on the phone. And Richard Allen says, let me take this phone, safely place it under a shoe, and then under the body so that it's very safe. It won't get rained on, snowed on, anything. It's safe. So that when the bodies are found, my photo and my voice is on the phone. Guys, I'll tell you the truth. There's a caveat here. I'm sure there were plenty of fine people. But Indiana is full of the most vile, ignorant, evil, disgusting individuals. Why do I say that? Because from the moment I sat my ass behind this computer screen and decided to talk about a crime that took place in Indiana, wow, I've just encountered the absolute worst of the worst. And as you look into this, you look into any aspect of it. Like I said, it's a choose your own adventure. It's a house of mirrors. It's it's an escape room. I mean, any direction you look, you're going to see the worst of the worst. You look at John Gallipo. You look at the Robert Baston letter I just read. You look at Richard Allen, who's paraded around like Hannibal Lecter. You look at Gull refusing to hear any of the Franks. You look at the families and how they've lied, behaved so fucking strangely. You look at law enforcement, how they've destroyed, I don't know, what, 35% of the investigation into this case, except for the Todd Click aspect, which the prosecutor wants thrown out. You look at the lies. You look at what's allowed here on social media. When Indiana State Police has had evidence of all of this cyber stalking and cyber crime around this, you look at the death of Robert Fortson, Robert Kyle Fortson. You ask yourself, where did those photos come from? Why is he dead? As mentioned earlier, Stephanie Thompson, Kat Cole. How many people have to die? as I said, no matter which direction you look, you're seeing the worst of the worst. And it adds up because, like I said, the minute I came online onto this platform and I decided to talk about this crime, I encountered the worst of the worst. Could it be possible the girls weren't even killed there? We, what about the mirrors? We know that Master Trooper Joe believes the girls were taken to the mirrors and slaughtered there. Were they? Doesn't it seem like it's a big crime to have this much effort going into covering it up? All of these years, the stalking, harassment, abuse, and death. Seems like a big effort to cover up something as simple as a double murder. Happens every day, guys. Happens every day. When do you see this much effort going in to keeping it a secret? Lives have been lost. Lives have been destroyed. Lives are being destroyed. And what's going to happen in this courtroom? Will it be October? Will it be January? March? Mistrial? Conviction with successful appeal? Buildings destroyed. The bridge partially destroyed. Welcome in, Cretelli. Like I said, this click report, Frank's memorandum, it's not the result of some fanatics on YouTube. It's the result of real police work. Seasoned detectives. One of whom, just coincidentally, was assassinated outside of his FBI office. You don't see that for what it is? We should compile a list of the fallen. What do I mean by that? All the dead behind this case. Good night, Frenchie. I don't know Richard Allen. I don't know a Vinlander. I don't know many of you. But I do know I want the true story. I don't want this story, because this story is a bullshit story. And you know it, and I know it. If this wasn't a bullshit story, you would not have 70 days of investigation lost. You would not have the first week of interviews. You would not have the missing recording of Alan. What you would have is all the witnesses' cell phone extractions, all the family's cell phone extractions, all of the alleged searchers and witnesses' cell phone extractions, all the geofencing that the prosecutor wants thrown out. Yes, this thing is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Like I said, I want Erica Gibson, Kyra Brummett, Cheyenne, Cheryl, Daniel Pearson, and everyone who's unnamed who was out there that day too. We speculated on the group ad infinitum. I'm not going to do it again. You know all the names. This, it's laughable. This is not worth wiping your ass with. I would venture to say that this right here are most of the liars. This right here is going to be people who are in on the game. Your witnesses are your liars. I've said it from day one. All right, guys. Well, hey, man. It was a nice little live. It's gotten late. I wish someone would have joined me. I just wish you guys would come and do a little chit chat with me. It would be nice to visit. It really would. So, hey, until next time, we'll get out of here. Thank you, Deb S. I think Libby had hidden the phone in the shoe because it had the video on it. The killer didn't know the phone was in the shoe. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. The shoe was under the victim's body. It wasn't on a victim. It was planted under the body. Yes, Crystal. That's your witness list for the state. I can't wait to see what's going to be allowed with the defense. I mean, so far, no mention of Klein's, no mention of anything in the Frank's memo, no mention of anything in the Todd Click report. No geofencing? Come on. This judge better make some appropriate decisions, because it's getting worse and worse. And it has a potential to get even worse. Yes, exactly. The phone was put there to project guilt to someone other than any one of them. It was put there. It was planted. I believe the setup was on Ron Logan from day one. That's my opinion. I've always thought that they intended to set Ron up. That's why they placed him on the property, and that's why they put the Bridge Guy video on there, make it look like Ron. It all supposed to be Ron. Didn't work out. But yeah, so you guys have a great night. It's a wonderful Friday. I'm sorry I got a little serious. I mean, I don't mean it to be, but without a guest, without any wonderful guest to come on and make it nice. Make it nice for us. You get to just sit here and we get to complain about the obvious, which is what we've done. Yeah, he knows how she's going to rule because she's exhibited bias from day one. And even these assholes know that. That's the thing. They even are admitting it. Have you noticed? They're admitting that they understand she has shown prejudice or bias. They even are willing to admit that because it's so obvious. It's almost impossible to deny and still pretend that you have any sort of sanity or anything. I'll see you guys later. Their game is over. Gotta go. Good night, good evening, good morning. Okay, good morning to all of you, and good night, whatever it may be for you. And on the replay, please do me a favor, hit that like, and also keep in mind, we have plenty of ways to support the channel, like the Cash App and the PayPal and the merchandise and the super chats and all the various ways that you can support the channel. Thanks for supporting the channel. Hitting the like supports it, and also leaving a comment when you're on the replay. Keep that conversation going. We love the conversation on the replays. So we'll see you soon. And again, there'll be some nice things coming. So I can't wait for everyone to see that. So God bless. And thanks for all the nice comments on the way out. Let's see. Ron knew enough to take them down with him. They had to abandon that plan. Okay. Yep. Good night. Rocky Cox says Richard Allen's going to plea out. He's not going to change it. But look, he also said several were involved, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Do you remember? He also said there were others involved. Now, let's figure out who they are.
Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes. Can't lie. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Been waiting so patient, I'm going places, can't fake it. My heart is so cold, my energy is contagious. All the pain, I can't take it. I'm staying grounded and graceful, cause I know everything that I've been through only made me count my blessings daily. Yeah, they've been acting shady, but I don't take it personal. The memories fading, I'm enjoying the moment. I've been smelling the roses, taking time to reflect, stepping back, the truth unfolding, unfolding. Got nothing to prove, cause I'm about to blow. I've been in the booth, speaking to my soul. You know that I'm true, either way it go, way it go. Either way it goes, I cannot turn cold, staying on the low. I've been protecting my soul. If your intentions are not pure, I can't let you get too close, cause I'm vibrating high. Ain't got time for your ego, these niggas quit to turn their back. Acting like the amigos, they never cared in the shows. Wasn't with you at your lows, assuming that you gonna fold. But baby, I've been growing ever since I let you go. And I've been doing better, and I know that hurts to know. Hurts to know. Only good vibes around me, and that's for sure. Only good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes. Can't lie. Only good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. You see me searching for my inner peace. I've been learning more more about myself and my purpose. Truth always come to the surface, was hurting, but I had to heal. Releasing all the pain that I always held. Been going through some changes, I'll make it still. Protecting my shoulder.